Hello and welcome back to another episode of Let's Play Factorio with the Roadworks mod installed. I am your host, Alex, and this is FCOD Gaming. Now, last time we left off, we were in a bit of a copper shortage, and this is the reason right here. I only have 10 copper smelters set up, and I am using more than 10 copper smelters to run my factory. So, with that in mind, I am going to increase the production of copper in one way or another. Now, I kind of screwed myself because originally I was planning on having an identical setup to here, right over here, and I put factories there. So, I think what my best course of action might be is... haven't really figured that out yet. Could bring it down this way, or I could utilize this space right here. And honestly, I'm kind of leaning towards this space right here and bringing that copper line down and around and all that. So let's go ahead and clear out some of these trees. And am I actually using more copper than I'm bringing in? That could be an issue. But it's an issue for another day. So I need to grab some stone. I also need to pick a research, apparently. Let's beef up our follower robot count. Grab 100 stone. And we can go ahead and start making that up here, I guess. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to go ahead and grab a fast splitter, split that off right there, grab that fuel that got thrown in the mix somehow. And we'll go ahead and bring that right along here. It doesn't look like that line's actually doing anything at the current moment, so that's good. Yeah, we don't need that light. So, need to make 10 steel furnaces. Also need some more belts. No, I don't. I've got plenty of belts. Now, do I want to... Yeah, I think I'll just stick with the normal inserters as far as that goes. And, so I've got 8 right now. I'm not going to need 20 total. So we'll go ahead and make those. And we'll just start plopping those down. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Do I want more than 10? I think 10 should be fine for right now. and we can actually pick up these. Got a little overzealous there. Let's go ahead and start one of them producing. And throw down a bunch of inserters like so. And I'll actually use these for electricity. And I think yellow belts will probably do just fine for that. Something like so. And then go ahead and throw in a splitter right there. While that's thinking about splitting, we can go ahead and throw these inserters down. Alright, and it looks like I'm running into the issue that I was afraid of, which is I'm not moving enough copper ore to power this whole thing. Which is definitely not ideal. But we can get to that here in a moment. So let's throw that splitter down. And I'm gonna run my splitter out over here. And eventually I'm going to be mixing it right here. It's going to take an underground. Just too bad. That sucks. And that's the wrong way. So do something like that. Just go ahead and grab some more of these. And something like that. Should work. And we'll go ahead and get a splitter again. And something like that. So the idea being that that's going to keep all of our copper lines full, which it looks like, at least initially, it's doing a fairly decent job of doing that. So we got fast there. Our corners are killing us right there. Let's go ahead and make another fast inserter. I don't know if that's going to make a difference. Actually, it's not going to make a difference. We'll just keep that in our inventory for right now. Because the issue are these corners right here. That's what's slowing us down. So what I might do is I might actually come down here to fast inserters. I'm just going to throw all my red inserters down, throw that down, get that fixed. Get that fixed. And go ahead and grab a stack of these. Okay. That'll be a nice way to get rid of those, and we can start working on this. So the way I figure, one express belt all the way down should make a world of difference. And I know, because people have commented before, why don't you just do the corners on that? It's because my OCD self won't let me do that, basically. So, looks like we're having kind of a similar problem feeding in here. Let's grab some of our red belts, see if we can make that any faster. Looks like it's just caught up, so that's a good thing, it seems like. Alright, so that's all caught up. And we're caught up all the way through. Sweet. Well, that was a fairly simple fix, wasn't it? So, hopefully, it does look like we are smelting more ore than we're actually using, which is a good thing. That means I'm not going to necessarily have to mess with the input. Which is definitely good. While I'm at it, why don't I fix this little problem that we're having here with the green inserters. And how I'm going to do that is I'm going to plop down a provider chest, or requester chest right there. I'm going to put some electric circuits in it. And grab a belt. Put it up like that. And guess we're using fast insert. I'm going to go ahead and put that right there. So what that's going to do, that will deal with the inserters that this isn't keeping up on. Basically, the theory being, as this goes along, it's going to prefer this belt rather than the one teeing into it. So should keep that relatively full of electronic circuits, in theory. So that's always a good thing. Let's go to our research and find something to research. I kind of want to continue along the combat robotics. Yeah, why don't I do that? I'll actually increase the damage first. And we'll test out exactly how well this copper production is going to do. Because basically that is going to have everything running at full bore. So there's that. Okay. Alright, and we have iron. Looks like it's keeping up. It's this little junction right here isn't ideal, but it works for the most part. You can see it kind of lagging behind, but you know, it's making up for what's going on down here. So that's something. Oh, what I could do is I could upgrade all my factories to Factory 2s. Which I'm not sure why I didn't do that beforehand. How are we doing on power now that we're running pretty much full bore? We are keeping up, but it's definitely kind of challenging the system a little bit. At some point, I am going to switch over to solar. It does look like we are not keeping up as far as well, advanced or normal electronic circuits go. So it looks like that little trick I was doing with the green inserters is kind of taxing out the system. Which sucks. So what I might end up doing, well, first off, let's upgrade all these to fast inserters. See if that really makes a difference. And there's our copper running out. Well, I knew that felt too easy. So basically, I'm going to need to figure out a way to get this ore, basically keeping it from all piling into those last two boxes. Make it a little bit more steady of a stream. I suppose I could upgrade this to express belts, but I don't know if that's really going to make that big of a difference. I mean, I could try it. Let's do the corners first, since everybody's obsessed with the corners. Let's see if that helps. Which it does, but it just seems ugly to me. I don't know. But that only helps until I run out of ore right here. So I'm wondering if I'm not filling up that wagon because it seems like that wagon full of ore should last a little bit longer. So let's go ahead and wait for this train. Yeah, and it's barely filling it halfway. So let's go ahead and unload this. Excuse me. And then we can go uh, up to the copper mine, kind of see what's going on. Also, yeah, I'm still running off wood in there, which is less than ideal, but we can go ahead and fix that at some point. Alright, so I'm going to need more miners, it looks like. Luckily, I do have 2 on me, but I fear that is not going to be enough to really make that big of a difference. So let's throw these down for right now. Let's make it so it'll power the other side as well. Play lumberjack. There. And of course I put an electric pole in right in the way. So let's do something like that. And then I should have a splitter somewhere. Splitter. Something like that. Let's go ahead and make a few more miners. And we'll just kind of complete this line out. And go about it that way. Do something like that. And something like that. So, power these babies up. That's probably using all of my electricity. Not too bad. And this one actually ran out just now. And looks like we're actually overloading the system a little bit. So let's go ahead and replace that right here. Oops. I hate when that happens. Just make that all red bell. Make sure that we're delivering as many nuggets of ore as we possibly can. Alright, and that should do for right now. Let's go ahead and get back in our train, and we can go back to the main base. Actually, while we're here, Since I always have way too much wood in my inventory, I might as well fill that back up with fuel. And you can say that's good to go for right now. So, how does that impact copper production? Well, we're still not filling, I mean, we're filling this belt, but we're still not using that belt to its capacity. So let's go ahead and grab some more of those express belts. Yeah, and I'm really hurting for copper at this point. Not nearly as bad as it was before I upgraded, but yeah, not great. So we'll go ahead and do something like that. Something like that. Something like that. Let's even go as far as doing that. And we need 2 of these. One set. There. And I've got the other set right here. And we'll go ahead and throw that copper ore I just picked up right there. And yeah, I think that's as fast as I can get the ore down there. At least without redoing my entire setup. Because ideally, what I've learned is ideally you'll have a separate belt for both your ore and your fuel. And that allows you to make much longer runs of smelting. Because if you notice, even on the iron where the belts are full, I'm barely using these down here and down here. And that's not necessarily because I'm not producing enough ore, it's just with one side of the belt, it's hard to get all the way down to the end of that line. Now, if you use 2 belts, then you have one for fuel that you can pick up off of, and more importantly, you can use both sides of one belt for the ore, which, yeah, makes a big difference, definitely. So, what else do I got? I think those are upgraded enough. Let's start doing the logistic robot stuff. We can kind of start doing all that. And that copper is just going as fast as it possibly can. And it's barely getting anywhere. And at this point, even my iron's kind of struggling to keep up. So there's that. All right. So, not the best episode. I did greatly improve how much copper is getting to my factory, but obviously it's not enough. So, yeah. So I'll have to find something, some way to remedy that in the future. But I think it's been about half an hour. I think I'm going to put a break in here. And yeah, as always, thanks for watching. And take care of yourselves out there.